Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, we have a huge update in the battle for our Second Amendment rights, of which we fight every single night for about 5 to 8 minutes together. The Supreme Court has come down and given us a date of November 3rd for the Supreme Court case, which involves New York versus some individuals who want to carry their gun in public. Now, the details, we've done videos on it. There's lots of videos out there, and I'm going to hit a few more details below, but the important piece here, guys, we now have a date for battle to be joined in the battlefield of ideas, because this is going to have ramifications across the board. If you own a firearm, specifically in New York, but also in other blue-leaning cities and states, this is going to have an insane impact on your ability to express your Second Amendment right. Let's dive into it, because this is a big one, guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. But here is the actual news itself. The Supreme Court will hear arguments November 3rd over NRA-backed challenge to New York gun law. Now, if you haven't heard and kind of don't know the details, we've done videos on this, but here's the high level, okay? The case being heard in November stems from a lawsuit brought in 2018 by the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association and Robert Nash and Brandon Koch, two New York residents whose applications to carry guns in public for self-defense reasons had been denied. Because in New York, you have to show reason why you would be able to carry it. It's not just a constitutional right, which is a little bit of a conflict, but that's probably why the Supreme Court has it. Now, if you guys recall, back in April, we did a video on this content, which put us at a point where de Blasio actually said this and set, honestly, the court system up for a win here for us. Check this out.
I fear a step in the wrong direction. I mean, we are here fighting gun violence. We need to turn the corner in 2021 by working with communities to really turn things around. And what do we have in the middle of that? The Supreme Court's going to consider making it easier for people to walk around with a gun? I mean, that's just backwards and dangerous. So I heard that news and my heart sank. I mean, we have come so far to try and keep guns out of the hands of New Yorkers, particularly young people. And the Supreme Court, it looks like they're working overtime to put guns right back in those hands. That really, really worries me.
Yeah, the Supreme Court wanting to uphold constitutional rights, because I personally am afraid that it could be dangerous. Yeah. So de Blasio did a really good idea of what the leftist mindset is on this. Wait, we've been trying to keep guns out of the hands of New Yorkers, and the Supreme Court just wants to give them back their rights that we rightfully stolen? Rude. That's why they are freaking out, okay? So that is what the background is. But now look at the key points, just to kind of continue this. The Supreme Court will hear oral arguments on November 3rd in a major Second Amendment case that centers on whether the Constitution guarantees the right to carry guns outside the home. It's interesting that it doesn't say the right to bear arms inside your house. The century-old New York law being challenged requires some applicants to demonstrate proper cause to receive licenses to carry a concealed handgun in public. Really, a 100-year-old law. I wonder what and who that was meant to keep guns from. Awkward. It's not cool. The Second Amendment applies to all Americans, not just certain ones. Lower courts had upheld the law over the objections of the challengers, who argued that those rules violate the Second Amendment, which it easily does, which is why de Blasio is heart-sinking, and we think we're backwards, it's just dangerous, and he's worried. He should be worried, because this has ramifications in Chicago, Los Angeles, San Diego, Washington, Oregon, any big blue city, Baltimore, D.C. This is massive. Okay, because it's going to undermine a lot of existing laws. But this is the part that I want to really hit on. This is the thread that could unravel the entire sweater, and we're going to find out how it begins on November 3rd. And that is huge for us to actually have a date. Lower courts had upheld the law over the objections of the challengers, who argued that those rules violate the Second Amendment. Pro-gun advocates say similar laws are in place in numerous other states. And the reason that I put that in here is because, like I was touching on, you pull the wrong string, this entire thing goes apart. If it's illegal in New York, the Supreme Court sets precedents. It's now illegal in Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, D.C., Baltimore. All these cities that are putting in place restrictions on gun rights, now you can't do that. So those laws will all be in violation and will be struck down. Imagine that. That's like a Goliath death blow across the entire United States for gun control advocates. The most recent major Supreme Court decisions on guns came more than a decade earlier when court held that the Second Amendment protects the individual right to carry a gun for self-defense inside the home. Now that's just the way these lefties work. It's like, well, they said inside the home, they didn't say in public, and it's our public, and it's a health crisis, so therefore you can't do it. Well, now we're back 10 years later. This has ramifications beyond us. This goes to the next generation. This goes to existing city laws. This goes across the entire population. I cannot overstate the importance of this ruling and where we sit right now. I know it doesn't mean it's a certain judgment, but it's a conservative leaning court that has now taken up a guns case. This is big, guys. This is a huge thing to watch, and they've given us a date. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you amped? Are you not amped? Let me know. But until tomorrow, I'm Braden. See you later.